To the team sheet for the All Blacks. John Timu has retained his place in the side. He was under a cloud. JK plays his 86th game for New Zealand. It's a back line that has to show off today, I can tell you. Zinzan Brooks at the top of his form with brother Robin back in the team following injury. It's a pack that will never have a better opportunity than this to show off the All Black style. The talking point here in South Africa is how Richard Lowe will handle the destructive scrummaging Pete Bester, the number 3. Watch for him in the junior Springboks today. Bester, number 3. Sean Fitzpatrick leads the All Blacks. Now the junior Springboks, or junior South Africa, with some surprise that there's not one player from Natal in the side here today. In front of the fullback problem, the classy wings, Barton Horst and Olafia. Yanni de Beer, who left the field in the Orange Free State game, is paired outside Joos van der Westhuizen. The flank worker, Russo, is a huge man, as is the Transvaal lock Curtis Reza. The front row's average age is over 30, and it'll be interesting to see how the referee interprets line-outs and mauls today. The Western Province captain is Tian Strauss. He's the captain of the side today. There's 5 Orange Free Staters, 4 Northern Transvaalers, 4 Transvaalers, 1 from Western Province and 1 from Western Transvaal.
Quite a strong side really, this junior Springbok side. Never played together before. It's some very classy looking players from what we could see training the other day.
Thousands of New Zealanders in the stand with the flags waving as the All Blacks go into their 3rd match on tour.
Well, here are the lineups. Gerhard Kovler, fullback for the junior Springboks, is a very strong running athletic player. In the midfield, Frank Bunce and Walter Little against Fultz and Fury will be a real confrontation of strong running, hard tackling men. In the backs, Yanni de Beer played for Orange Free State, didn't last the match. His mark-up with Grant Fox will certainly determine some of the outcome of the match. And in the forwards, we've already spoken about Pete Bester and Richard Lowe. A real scrummaging duel will go on there, I'm sure. Richard Lowe wants to keep him up and keep him straight if he can. Lineouts, well, they don't look particularly impressive in the lineouts from what we can see. Big men, heavy men, weighing in towards the 17 stone, but only about 6'4", 6'5". They seem to get plenty of help from their friends. South Africans casting about for a loose forward trio at the moment. All of these 3 are good players in their own right. How they combine as a trio will be crucial.
Well, we await the appearance on the track here at Loftus-Versfeld. What a stadium. It's filled up considerably in the last few minutes. We thought the 52,000 capacity, well, we might get close to 30 or 40. It's certainly around 45, we think now. Still quite a few seats, but this huge number, I think it's 239 corporate boxes here and 80 on the waiting list. There's a huge number at each end and from the main stadium from where we're looking across to the far stadium side now. The New Zealand tour parties, and there are thousands of them here, waiting and basking in the Pretoria sun.
And we're seeing actually one of the unusual aspects of South African provincial rugby, and that is the appearance of a whole lot of handsome young ladies, usually bearing placards of some kind as they're doing.
Mr. Albert Adams is the referee today from Northern Transvaal. They're all locals, all the officials here today, both touch judges and the referee. Game 3, the junior Springboks against the All Blacks. Grant Fox places the ball as Olo Brown waits for game number 3 on tour in South Africa.
And so all the ingredients here for a wonderful match. The sun shining beautifully, a cloudless sky, the pitch dry, the ball dry, the All Blacks are here. The hunger of this great South African rugby audience is clear. And so we get the game started through Grant Fox. And right away it's number 6, Ruben Kruger, one of the flank forwards, who makes the catch. Van der Westhuizen, the scrum half, gets his first pass out to Yanni de Beer, and that's a very good right-footed kick, which yet hasn't found touch. Timu takes him up to his own 10 metres line. That's a huge long Gary Owen, but it's a bit too far. De Beer has plenty of time, and now it's Probler, and Probler is very powerful on the left foot. In fact, some people think that he's just one-footed. He's not quite that, but that was his good one, and he's found a touch away up almost at halfway. Very important to line out here, and the first jump there was by Jamie Joseph for the All Blacks. And there's the drive from this very heavy junior Springboks pack. They are big heavy fellows. They're fully 5 pounds a man heavier than the All Blacks. Van der Westhuizen got the ball, but it was knocked on, and so it's the All Blacks footing.
Slightly nervous start from New Zealand. John Timmins kept going a little far and then dropped ball on the line out. But fairly keen to play the game at pace. There's a penalty at this first scrum.
Go back.
So that's very interesting indeed to see the referee Albert Adams, who's a 48-year-old Pretoria businessman and is South Africa's number 2 to Flick Burger, and he's dealing right away with delaying the formation of the scrummage. Grant Fox, he really has got his meteorological conditions perfect here, Grant Fox. Just watch here. And it's the old business that a lot of fiddling about there, and he decides that it was the junior Springboks who were at fault in not getting the scrummage started. So a key area here for both sides. Free kick. 1 metre open. A free kick there for one of the line-out offences. And so the drive on from Joseph. Joseph very quickly on the tackle, dropping and laying the ball back for a ruck situation. Now it's along to Grant Fox. That's a huge up under, and it's going to land in front of the post. Probler waits underneath it, makes a very good catch indeed. But what an opportunity here for the All Blacks as the ball goes loose. Kerwin upended there. And the All Blacks dying to get a good start. Richard Lowe was actually leading that half charge. And now it's out from Strawn. A lovely chance here, and it's a try there for Kerwin. John Kerwin scores a marvellous try, and what a start for the All Blacks. His 64th try for New Zealand in all matches, and so they're 5 points in the lead. They played only 2.5 minutes, and you can see here it was Grant Fox's Gary-Owen which caused all the trouble. It took ages to come down. Probler did tremendously well to make the catch, but he might have been advised to hold on and maybe try and stay on his feet a bit better. There was the good work there by Frank Bunce, who does so many of the basics so well for New Zealand. Then the forwards tried to take it on. Robin Brooke was there, helped by Lowe. Fitzpatrick number 2 as well. And then when the ball came back, there was a huge overlap there outside Bunce, and Kerwin did the dot down.
He's cleared again for the try here at the last minute, but the important thing for the All Blacks earlier on was they stayed on their feet for a long time, moved the ball forward, committed all of the South African forwards into the ruck and more, and made the space out wide. Orange Free State, of course, hung around the sides. All Blacks staying on their feet and driving won't allow that today.
There's a study in concentration for you, Grant Fox, who just keeps rolling on just like old Father Thames. 973 points altogether, coming close to that 1,000 points mark. Incredible. As Fox comes up, tries to pull it across, just slightly out, but what a start for the All Blacks. The middle of this is Zimbabwe twice, and Americans against the French. Roberts with the throw. Giza jumping up there and held up. Van der Westhuizen, De Beer, once again. The high one as he was hounded by Zinzan Brooke. Then they continued but didn't hold it. 10 metres outside the New Zealand 22. Van der Westhuizen. Olivier switching it back inside. That's Hatang, the big lock forward. Number 5. And number 8 there, Tian Strauss, the captain, but it's come back well. The New Zealand forwards did well to win that one. And once again, Grant
Made one mistake. Looked very, very cool under pressure.
Well cleared, Hamster, and the scrum screwed against him, made it difficult for him to clear that, but he cleared very well to Grant Fox. Tricky on defence, and the All Blacks want to keep that scrum straight so they can clear it away from the advancing South African loose forwards.
Well, Visa's just returning now. Cobus Visa has a new pair of pants. It was a pair of pants, in fact, for Ruben Kruger, who we saw in the Orange Free State, the flanker from Orange Free State. I want to watch this guy opposite him, though, on the other side of the scrum, Bertha Russo. You know, when you think that Graham Moore is 6 feet tall and 14 stone, well, this guy is something like 6'5" and 18 stone. He was a flanker. Anyway, number 8, Tian Strauss. There's Visa ready. There's Russo going high along the back line. De Beer with the drop. Charge down. Michael Jones was in there. Roberts cutting right through to the 22 for the junior Springboks. Tian Strauss. Van der Westhuizen, the halfback, is under some pressure, but they've got control. Vester's halfback pass to De Beer. Putting the kick to his foot. Timu.
The There's poor choice, poor decision making from Pulse there. Should not have kicked, should have kept the ball in his hand. They were on a roll.
It's the first time that Heinrich Pulse has touched the ball. It's rolling and bouncing, and it was a super kick really, because he tapped it to himself, did John Timu, and then whacked it for touch and bounced it along just parallel to the touchline, and it's put it out 2 metres on the junior Springbok side of the half.
Again, good second phase ball. All Black backs unable to penetrate the line. Defence is good. They're shadowing them across the field. A little kick in behind or some variation is what's called for.
Again, Mr. Adams, who's had what appears to be for the first 20 minutes a very good spell. High goes Zinzandrock. 2 hands, as he did against OFS. Again. As he did against Natal, he didn't play that second game. Boks is pressured by Tian Strauss. He puts it high. Badenhorst off his fingertips. Following past is Erenikra. Well, again, he hit it a long way upfield. The referee put his flag up. Timmy's kick down to Hrobler. What's Hrobler going to do? He's onto his left foot inside his 22. Zinzandrock waits, calls, takes it. One-handed, great ball skills. Getting themselves into sort of trouble. There's not many for Handstorm takes a run in his own. There wasn't anyone to pass to as Robin Brook takes it on. There's the second phase set-up ball. Jamie Joseph up towards the 22. Michael Jones running wide, but dumped. 2-on-1. Penalty, offside.
That's something I'd like to see more of from the All Black forwards, running with the ball, making ground, turning and giving it pass. Undoubtedly more athletic and probably better handlers than the South Africans. It's a real advantage the team has. It'd be good to see them use it more.
Well, it looked pretty dangerous and marginal when Strawn got the ball, looked out to his right here, and there was no one there. This is the second part of this whole setup, when those 2 guys were onto Michael Jones really quickly, far too quickly, said Albert Adams, the referee. They were way ahead of where they should have been, and Grant Fox is lining the penalty up, 5 metres outside the 22. The All Blacks lead by 5 points to 0, a try to nothing. There's 20 minutes gone in the first half. The All Blacks looking much better today, much more like a complete side, retaining that ball by and large. They've let it go once, but by and large they're retaining the ball, setting it up and starting again. Box. They kicked 4 conversions and 5 penalties against Natal in the opening game of the tour, but it's 23 points. He's missed a conversion today already. Here he goes. Looks good. It is. The All Blacks have gone further in the lead, a try and a penalty to nothing. It's 8 points to 0, the All Blacks lead after 20 minutes of play.
Very important score for New Zealand. 8-0 just feels a lot better than 5-0, puts them beyond 1 score. They haven't really been able to exert sustained pressure, but they've been very constructive every time they've got the ball. A good, clean South African ball at their own line-out is what's holding them up a bit.
Kick out from Yanni de Beer. Oh, Jones was seen to be taken out without the ball. Play on, says the referee. Up the Pulse. Badenhorst has it now. He gets Frank Bunce. Mid high. Too high. There'll be no doubt that Yanni de Beer will come up to take this penalty just outside the 10 metres line in the All Blacks territory. Woo! Has been a replacement. Let's look at this at the moment, and we'll pick up the replacement for the junior Springboks in a moment. There was definitely a high tackle here. As they all look up inquiringly at the referee as Yanni de Beer lines up this penalty attempt to try to start the point scoring for the junior Springboks. Uli Schmidt is on the field. Beer into it. He's hit it. Has he pushed it to the left? Yes, he has. Well, Yanni de Beer was practicing goal kicking here yesterday, and he seemed to have it sus, but we have to wait.
Pressure on New Zealand. As Robin Brook must try and get ahead of his man, get right in front of him. It hasn't been a lob yet. It's always been flat throws.
14 minutes to go to half-time. The All Blacks leading by 8 points to 0, and switching it along the line there from Little to Bunce. Bunce, who always takes men out and who inevitably lays the ball back well. Strawn waits. Fox. Fox looking for touch in the 22, and he's got it. Absolute pinpoint placement by Grant Fox here. Really back to his very best form, the form that he showed when New Zealand won the World Cup in '87. Well, up to the 22. And I just mentioned that FC Schmidt, who's come onto the field, is no shrinking violet. He's 6'5", and he's actually heavier than the big man he replaced, Vista. He's 18 stone. So with Harry Roberts to throw here, and there FC Schmidt at the back, a very big man indeed. Huttung is doing all the stuff for them at the line out so far. Van der Westhuizen is doing well. Ian Jones has caught that. Kick by De Beer. Back into the 22. Strawn along the line to Little. To Bunce. Little on the loop. Bunce with the dummy. Zinzanbroek carrying on into the 22 now. Strawn, Burrows, Fox. Bunce it is. Along the line to Kerwin. Kerwin to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick. What an upended tackle there, and I think it was by Olivier, the winger on that side. But the All Blacks coming again as Grant Fox goes into Kerwin once more. 10 metres to go. The Blacks looking for another try before half-time, and getting some lovely ball here. This is quality stuff as Fox goes. Strawn in trouble once again. It was slightly lobbed the pass. And all the bodies on the floor there, which is just what we don't want in rugby nowadays. And loud clapping from the huge 45,000 crowd because the put-in has been given to the junior Springboks.
Good sustained period of attack. There's a sustained period of good handling of the ball. It looks like good ball coming back, but it's very often coming from stationary positions, which makes it difficult for the backs to run onto the ball and move it quickly wide.
Here's a point that only 4 of this junior Springbok side played in their handsome win over Namibia in June. 79-3 they won in Windhoek. The front row and Strauss, the number 8, are the only 4 who played in that match. And so a lot of those fellows are absolutely new to this quality of rugby football. Idea of the lineouts and the broken play work. You can see there 23-13. That's a good loose possession, and the All Blacks certainly on top there. Well, there's the serried ranks in this huge amphitheatre up there on that far side, the east side of the ground. And Johnny De Beer, 287 points so far this season. Is this going to be 290? Yes, this squeezed in. I think they were all holding their breath because he pulled one to the left of the post earlier on, and that looked the same, but it just squeezed in, and so a real booster there for the junior Springboks just before half-time. 15-3, the All Blacks lead, with 7 minutes to go to the break. Sorry you lost your pictures and sound. We welcome New Zealand viewers back once again. Hope you've joined us and are enjoying this match as much as we are. Van der Westhuizen, the junior Springboks scrum half caught there, and Ant Strawn was ready to break clear, but the referee's whistle had gone for the nudge forward. There you'd see the referee Albert Adams marking the spot, and then he is supposed to say engage. They're not allowed to come together until the referee says engage. And the Westhuizen with De Beer. He found touch, he was on his right foot. Ernie Clark out to Timo, and Clark actually looked him, but he kicked it away back. Probler underneath it, calls for the mark. You can actually make a mark now. It is on the run, provided you have 1 foot on the ground. Probler's kick, slice. Grant Fox takes it, feeds on to Zinzanbroek. Zinzanbroek, just as I've seen him do so often at Hong Kong Sevens, driving forward, laying it back. The drive on by Robin Brook, the younger brother. Two Brooke brothers who played together in the same test side initially against Ireland. Penalty for killing or attempting to kill the ball, taking it down to the floor. And Grant Fox says he'll kick for goal again.
Again, good to see Zinzone bringing the ball up in the hand, running with the ball. I think that the All Blacks running off each other's shoulders can really make a mark in this match and on this tour. Here's the driving forward now. We're looking for a penalty. There's number 3, Bester, pulling it down. Now that's quite illegal and dangerous in fact at times. And the referee's picked it up well.
So this is a sight that has frightened the life out of oppositions all over the world. Grant Fox lining up another kick at goal. Remember his astonishing kicking in the World Cup of '87, the first World Cup, when he scored 126 points in 6 matches, an average of 21, which was really quite extraordinary. And he's gone on from there, and very seldom failed to produce the goods when the All Blacks needed it. Ball tipped slightly forward, you'll notice. Fox then drilling it forward and drilling it spot on, clean through once again. 2 penalty goals and a conversion for Grant Fox. And the All Blacks are stretching away 18 points to 3, 4 minutes to go to the break.